Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We are back again. We are getting ready to play Runners. I'm going to throw a link up here in the show notes. Not going to help for you guys listening to the podcast, but we have our Resist t-shirts available. If you check out the YouTube video, there's a link in the show notes when everything's released. I have the guillotine into the American flag colored dye. Jesse is modeling the. Did you have the Progress Pride flag one? Yep. On yes. Black, everything's all squared up now, so it looks really nice. T-shirts are pretty comfortable. They're on sale right now. If you're getting this on Sunday for like 5 more hours, I think they're like $16. TeePublic does their sales all the time, but we are donating, all the profits from any T-shirts in the store to LGBTQIA+ causes. So if you want to throw a little bit of support and kind of thumb your nose a little bit at the ridiculous existence that we are all in, buy a t-shirt. So thanks. And I'm going to kick it over to Jesse. And wait, Kurt has a question. You in the back there?
Yeah. I think I'm, if you don't mind, make sure you go to https://www.tpublic.com/user/legends_of_tabletop. There you go. Little free biz. Beep, beep, beep. Anyone else wants to hire me, go right ahead.
Smooth transition.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm going to kick it over to Jesse, let him give us a recap, and we'll maybe murder some guys or get killed, or I don't know. Something will happen.
Maybe one or both. We'll see. So last time, after arriving at the under the bridge, you were approached by a familiar face, an unfortunately familiar face. So you had Jansen that you had killed several weeks ago, ended up being there fully alive with a new helmet. And he welcomed you in to Under the Bridge, where he hadn't necessarily taken control, but he is the temporary organization liaison. He had basically gone there and convinced them that the organization is a good thing that you want to be a part of. And they agreed. And so he welcomed you in as members of the organization, kind of says like, hey, that's water under the bridge. No pun intended. And you, you met back up with Lily. He said, hey, come on in, rest up, just go ahead and make sure that you register. Which you did not do. And you went and charged the suits up, by basically just finding some charging ports and jacked in to charge up again, not actually asking for permission to do it. And then, met up with Lily. She told you that Dog had not been for the organization moving in, so he ran to a pocket to the south. And you basically said, the little bit of contention, but overall the transition went fairly peacefully. And in the meantime, you would also Zuchy had noticed some kind of odd things because Under the Bridge is very loud. Most people are wearing ear protection and everything. And so because of that, they use a form of sign language to communicate. However, Zuchy saw some people communicating without using sign language, and it didn't even necessarily look like they were talking or anything, just kind of staring at each other for a little bit. And as he was there, and as, Smokey had also kind of was coming back from not checking in, and Huxley had gone with Lily to do some repairs up on the ceiling under the bridge. And that is when there were a few guys kind of over there inspecting the suits, your suits. And Zuchy, and Zuchy approached them, and they were kind of a little bit flippant and aggressive. And I believe Zuchy attempted to grab one of them or maybe shove them. And they, without even seeing you really, didn't turn their back or anything like that. I believe you went to grab one of their shoulders to turn them around. And without even needing to look at you, he dodged out of the way. And that is where we ended. So at this moment, we have Zuchy with the 3 guys. We have Smokey on his way back in sight of Zuchy. And then we have Hux up top with Lily. So, Kurt, what would you like to do with Zuchy? You're the kind of the point of action at the moment, so you're the focus of the scene. So we'll go ahead and start with you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting used to some of the things I have, just so
no worries.
See what I've got here.
And now I will remind you that so your specs do not play into consideration right now because you're not in your suits. So you cannot take advantage of any of your suit stuff.
This is bullshit.
Fine. Okay. Yeah, so I think what happened is I was trying to basically kind of grab a guy, fall on my back, and kind of flip him over me or whatever, I think. And then he ended up falling basically back on his feet perfectly. And I saw that he had the Anne eyeball bullshit. So I think that what Smokey, Jesus Christ. It's been a bit. I think what Zuchy would do is probably do probably a leg sweep to this guy just to see if maybe he's got better reaction to that whole thing. I know he kind of landed on his feet or whatever, but I'm like, well, what if I take his feet out? Then maybe he won't be able to land on him so much.
Makes sense. So yeah, if you want to, so what he is, so while you're going for the leg sweep, he is going to, at this point, almost like a marionette of sorts. He has very erratic movement. And so he's going to start kind of lunging around and moving towards you as well.
Oh no, he's using the drunken master technique.
So go ahead and give me your roll.
Okay. Is there any set DL, or am I going against his?
You are at the moment going against a let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Can I use my survivor expertise?
Don't you have a martial arts?
Well,
or did we all?
We've kind of,
or did we all roll into that one thing?
Kind of popped around with it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think we rolled it into that. Yeah. Or unless it's the protector. I can't remember which
Yeah,
one we
actually, yeah, that
mentioned.
would be a little bit more protector. So go ahead and use that one.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Okay, so that is a 6 + 2. That's an 8.
Oh, nice. That is so yes, you you go to sweep, and even though he is moving erratically, his legs are still square on the ground, right? And so you're able to connect super cleanly to him. So what else do you want to do with him? You have an edge to
Okay.
apply.
Yeah, I think so. I think what I would do with that, so with his momentum as he's falling down, I think what I would do is I would kind of, with the momentum of the leg sweep, I think I would come around and grip both of my hands and kind of go back and then like smack him and hit him down to the ground to get him prone.
Oh, nice. I like it.
And like not just prone, but prone with authority, basically.
Right. There you go. I like it. Very cool. Smokey, what are you doing? So you can see you're probably about 30 or so feet off. You're having kind of a chill walk back. And then all of a sudden you see Zuchy judo backflip this dude. Then he immediately stands back up. Zuchy goes to sweep him. He hits him and then grabs him and tosses him aside.
I'm gonna start running. Something's going on.
And there are also two other guys standing there, and similar to Zuchy can't necessarily see because your back was to them as you kind of threw this guy behind you in order to fight. But Smokey, you can see as soon as Zuchy goes for that leg sweep, both of them go from like a human stance for all intents and right. They're like their posture is upright. They're just standing there, and all of a sudden, like their head tilts, their shoulders go limp, their arms kind of sag.
D&D charge. Double move.
I'm going to try to run, and I mean, if they're just there, I'm going to kind of go and bowl into them to make sure they don't gang up on Zuchy.
Nice. So are you going to try to go for, like, are you trying to take out both of them at once, or are you just going for one of them?
If they're right next to each other, I'm just going to try to.
Yeah,
bowl
they're
them
standing
over.
right next to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So yeah, that is then going to be, if you're trying to take both of them out at the same time, it's going to be a 7.
What would this be? I guess.
Do you have any kind of fighting?
No, I'm a talker. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Throw some blast paste at him.
Yeah, that'll take care of everything.
Right.
All right.
Blast paste solves everything.
That is a 6 with nothing. no
Hey.
ads.
That's so even though you kind of run up to them and you're trying to like shoulder block both of them, and their attention isn't on you at first, but their pliability makes it almost that you like go into them and don't end up actually knocking them down at all. They act like water or like putty to you when you try to hit them. You do, so even though you failed, you do come out of it with an edge though. So what would you like to do?
I mean, in my mind, Smokey was just going to run and just kind of like do like a flying splash on him. So if I've kind of just absorbed into him like putty, I think.
Well, so if you want, you didn't do damage to him necessarily,
Yeah.
but you can with the edge. If you want to like knock one of them down, then you can do that.
Could it be that, so I go into them, they kind of absorb Smokey, and like Smokey just lands on his feet, like right. I don't go tumbling to the ground. I think I'd rather have Smokey in a position to act again quickly than just take one of them out, kind of thing. So yeah, so Smokey kind of jumps into them. They kind of absorb it like a shock, and then like a shock absorber, and then just Smokey just like lands on his feet and is a bit discombobulated by.
There you go. But you're ready. You're right there to take advantage of it.
Exactly.
Perfect. All right. Huxley, how's it going up there?
Miss Lily! I can't hear. How far? He's like waving, like he's holding on with one arm, and he's like pointing up.
She looks at you, and she goes up 2.
Okay.
She just keeps climbing the ladder up.
So I'm sure she can't hear him at all. Like he's just.
Oh no, yeah, she can't hear Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, just climb the ladder.
Nice. All right, Zuchy. Yeah, so the guy you just tossed him down on the ground. As you do that, Smokey comes running past you, slams into the other 2 guys. So now you have all 3 of them again, kind of right near the suits.
I think that this is probably not going to be the best idea, but it's like the first one that kind of came into his head.
That's always the best one, is the first one.
Right?
Exactly. So I think I want to use one of my drivers, and I want to do doesn't think of danger, and I want to try to jump into my suit and try to get into it and get it locked in so I can kick these guys' asses with it.
Oh, nice. Okay, so go ahead and yeah, I will need a test for you to, because basically they're all on the other, like your suits are on the other side of these guys, right? So you're going to have to make it past them in order to actually make it into the suit. So go ahead and give me whatever you feel. Give me a test against 6.
Okay.
Could he argue for survivor for that one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of looking at. Thanks. All right. Oh no. I've got dice that are sticking into my dice tray. Cool. Don't use those dice for that. All right. Sorry. And it's screwing everything up. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, that is a 7. 6
Oh, beautiful. Excellent. So that is a success. So you're able to make it past them, and you kind of jump around, you start getting into the suit. As you do, the attention of all 3 of them turns to you now.
Of course. Which leaves it wide open for my buddy Smokey.
What you got, Smokey?
Yeah, so we don't have anything on us, right? So yeah, I'm out of my suit. I mean, I guess it's just brute force ignorance, right? I'm just going to go try to. Or so is Zuchy in his suit, or he was at his suit?
He is getting in his suit now.
Okay, so if they're focused on him, I will just kind of like make a lot of noise and wave my arms and stomp up and down and just say, "Hey, dumbass is behind you." want to distract him so then Zuchy can get into his suit. So I'm just gonna try to draw their
Over here.
attention away.
No, over here.
Exactly.
Over here. No, over here.
Yeah, I want to try to draw their attention away from Zuchy.
There you go. Go ahead and give me a presence roll at 6. Actually, you know what? Do it at 5. I'm going to give you the edge from the last scene.
Nice.
5.
Oh, there you go. So that is 2 of them. The 2 next to you will still keep their attention back on you. But one of them, the one that Zuchy had previously been in the scrap with, is still making his way to Zuchy.
So I'll scream to Zuchy, hurry up, he's coming. Get dressed faster. You're gonna miss the school bus. Hurry up and get ready.
So as Zuchy kind of climbs around, and the suits don't take long to, it's basically one of those things. However you want to get into it from the front to back, I don't know exactly how your suit works. But it's not like a scuba suit or something like that where you have to like pull it up and put the legs in and everything like that. Basically, they're like, think of it almost like Iron Man, right? Like either the front of it or the back of it opens up and like you're able to hop in and it closes around you. So it doesn't take you, it takes you a handful of moments to do it. So it's not like I'm going to make you wait around or anything like that. You made the roll, you're good to go.
Would you say it happens in a frame?
No, I'd say it happens in a scene. But as so as you're jumping in, the helmet kind of closes over you, and you hear kind of the first thing you hear as everything boots up is over the general comms. Guys just couldn't play along, could you?
I never really talked to you much, but never quite liked you.
Well, I tried to kill you, so I guess I could say the feeling's mutual. And
yeah, but we got you first.
Yeah. He nods even though he knows he can't see him, maybe at the moment.
Yeah. You actually see walking now, like cool walking from the other side of under the bridge, like where the entrance was. So if you guys were on the west, if you guys are on the east side, he's walking from the west.
Is he in a suit?
You see Jensen suited up in his runner suit. Smokey. I mean, sorry, Zuchy.
Yeah, well, I'm going right for him. I'm not wasting my time with these other guys.
There you go.
Smokey's like, oh shit, fuck, what?
Turn back around.
Right?
Where are you going? Shit.
All right. Yeah. So you're just running straight at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
All right.
Now that I have my suit on,
yes,
I am going to use blurred. My tweak.
Okay.
You move fast enough that it makes you harder to hit. You gain an edge against hostile enemies when you're moved one range.
And you definitely have moved one range, yes.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, gonna start off. Let's see. It's gonna be a 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's gonna be against an 8.
Of course it is.
And what are we gonna be doing?
And then, I think what I'm gonna try to do is I am going to try to do almost like a Street Fighter thing, where I'm gonna go like I'm gonna go up towards him. Then I'm gonna do a little deke to my right, and then I'm gonna try to just uppercut him right under the chin.
Oh, nice! I like it.
Right. And then is it okay if I use my protector for that as well?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have the two of you. As soon as he sees you start to gain momentum and start to run, he too starts to sprint straight towards you.
Nice.
What do we have?
That is a 6 + 2. That's an 8.
Oh, perfect. All right. So that is that's a success.
I'm going to show it too, so it doesn't.
I believe you. Don't worry. I mean,
sometimes when I roll a bunch of 6s in a row,
picked it up off the table and showed me.
See, I rolled 6s.
I rolled all 6s.
That's all I rolled.
I rolled 5 6s, even though my stat's only a 4.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So you both go running at each other, and we're almost gonna have like a double punch situation. But
nice.
You manage, you kind of deke to a side, run up, uppercut him. And as you do that, so you like follow through like Hadouken style almost. But as you, he kind of grabs you around like the upper body. So you hit him clearly, but he then kind of wraps himself around you and entangles you up.
Okay.
Smokey. You now have Zuchy has gone. He bolted, jumped in his suit, bolted away, and you now have all 3 of these guys standing around you.
How far away are we from Zuchy and Jensen?
He's about 40 feet off now.
Okay.
At least.
At least one range band.
I really this session is going to force me to make my little cheat sheet.
I'm just being an asshole.
He is a short distance away from you.
I mean, I trust Smokey, trusts Zuchy to, handle what he's got to do.
Yeah.
So I also don't want these 3 other guys to then gang up on Zuchy. So he just kind of looks at the 3 guys. Because you said they're attentive, but they're just kind of, their bodies a bit weird, right? It's like or are they fully alert now?
They're alert, but they are like I said before, they look almost marionette-ish, right?
Like
they have their movement is loose and dangly.
Yeah, like someone's controlling them.
Very reminiscent of what you saw back at the mall.
Yeah. Okay, this is gonna. He's really not playing this for comedic effect, but he just wants to get their attention. So if they're all right next to him, he's going to do like a 3 Stooges slap across all their faces, and then just try to get him to. And then he's going to try to get him. He's going to take off to make sure to see if they can, follow him.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a roll that's going to be against a 7.
It's gonna be. And that is a 4.
Oh. So as you attempt to like get their attention, and you're like, I'm gonna real quick hit these guys and then book it, and you go to the first swing you go to do, it connects across the first guy's face, and he is completely unmoving, and in fact he kind of he like turns into it,
Yeah.
following through and just clocking you in the side of the head, at which point one of the other guys jumps down on you, just like forearm, smashes you on the shoulder, and then the third guy kicks you from behind and knocks you down onto the ground. So you are going to take 2 hits, and you are now prone.
Okay.
And since this is the first time that you guys have taken damage with the new injury system, let's go ahead and go through that real quick. So, play test, yay! So we changed things up. And previously in core, you know how you took damage to your stats and all that kind of stuff. We're not doing that anymore, and now there's an injury track. So 0 hits, obviously you're fine. No injuries, you're good to go. 1 hit, you're hurt, but otherwise you're fine. If you've taken 2 hits, you now have a minor injury. So basically, you want to pick one of your stats, and that stat is going to be the one that is injured. And you have a temporary snag, a -1 to any rolls with that stat until you can heal the injury.
Okay.
So you took a punch to the face, you took a forearm to the shoulder, and then you got brought down by the knees. So basically, you can whatever you want to do to reflect that injury, you can go ahead, because you have taken 2 hits and you are prone.
Okay. I'm just trying to think narratively which would be the best one to do, but I'll go ahead and go through that.
I feel like you have your options. You can do brains, health. I could see might. I could see agility.
Yeah.
Any one of those
might
that
be
you
the
want.
one. Yeah,
That'd be the last one you want to take, though. That's going to make it harder for you to fight back.
Only if he's using agility.
Yeah.
Smokey seems more like a might guy to me.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think I've ever rolled agility, so I'll go with that.
That's
my thumb stat.
There you go.
Cool, got it. Yeah,
so your old man knees take the chop, and that's your knee buckles and gives out on you.
My old 33 or whatever I said, old man.
Yep.
That's when it starts.
Perfect.
Huxley.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you give me a focus test? I am going to make this on the harder side. It is going to be at a 6.
Okay. I don't have anything to add to that, I don't think. Highest is a 5.
A 5. Okay. So that is a A
No
no
what?
with a failure with an edge. So you see that there is, so you've climbed up to the top, right? You and Lily. Before you had dispatched your bots
No,
beforehand.
I asked them to do it
Oh,
because
that's
I was
right.
they're in the suit and they were going down towards the suit.
That's correct. So here's what I will say. You are up at the top. It has been several moments now. You've been able to climb all the way up. I think we said it was like 7 stories up.
Something,
Right?
yeah.
And I will say, so your bots should have been here by now.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take them all that long to cover that amount of distance.
Yeah.
So they should be here by now.
Okay. So like she's handing me tools and I'm, starting to work on stuff and then I'm like looking around like and then I'm like I point down and he's yelling, right? And he she can't understand, but where are they? They should be coming up. And then he like points up and then he like points down. So she's like no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
She gives like a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Like what?
And then he holds both of his hands up and he makes like swirly motions because like they're like the phantasm balls, right?
Right. Yeah.
And he's like the bots, and he's like screaming over all the noise.
She just looks at you and she's like, she gives like the neck slice. She's like, you, and like points down.
And he looks at her and he's like, kind of like puts his hands up, like, are you going to be okay to like, and he's making like, hand motions for like, use the screwdrivers or whatever,
She's like, yeah, me screwdriver. Good. She's just
okay, let me go check because
puts her head back.
they should be here by now and maybe okay. And like he goes back over to the ladder and starts like hustling to get back down. And she's
like, you 3. She thinks you have to. You're like here. They down. They like. She thinks you have to go to the bathroom now. So she's trying to tell you where the toilet is. Like,
and he's like just thinking, I hope they didn't break something. Like all they had to do was push the button. Like I just asked them to send them up, and like I mean, I guess maybe they haven't done it before, but like it's just right there. Like it should be really easy. And he's like muttering as he's hustling down the ladder.
Nice. Zuchy. So you have uppercutted Jensen, but then he grappled onto you. So you're now bear hugged with him.
Okay. So I think because I did the whole like uppercut thing, I'm gonna say like my one arm is like up, kind of up here, and the other one
makes
down.
sense.
So I think he's
kind of almost got you in like a modified triangle, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's gonna just try to take his elbow and just keep smashing on his faceplate.
Oh, beautiful!
Hard as he can.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he's gonna.
I'll even you've now flipped it a little bit. He grappled you, but he actually put you in the slightly advantageous position. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is gonna be against a 6.
Nice. And he usually doesn't say these kind of things, but I think he's kind of just sick of assholes right now. So he's just gonna say, let's have a little look at that pretty little face you got there. Oops. That is a 7 total.
Oh, nice. That is a success.
5 plus 2. Nice.
There we go. Yeah. So you're basically, he's got you up there and you're now like, goosh, goosh, and like just cracking at his helmet. And you can see like that you hit him like a few times, and that last one that you hit, he like winces down, and actually he like squeezes you a little tight, but not to try to hurt you. You can tell it was like a reflexive action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's gonna be like peekaboo.
Yeah, and he's got like that spider web crack on the front of his front of his visor.
Nice.
Smokey.
So I'm prone.
You are prone with 3 of these guys standing over you.
Okay. All right, guys, let's take a minute here and talk. I'm sure we can come to some kind of accommodation. And I guess, like I said, not to meta game too much, but so obviously from the way they've been reacting, I'm assuming there's something going on, right? Is there
That's a good assumption.
Yeah. Is there anything I can notice that Smokey can notice or perceive that? Because there's been the thoughts that we've had separately about what's going on here. Is there anything I can see that? Is there anything I can see that can kind of prove that, or give us some more information?
Go ahead and give me a brains test. We're gonna do this a little bit graduated, so the higher you get, the better it is.
That's a 5.
Hey, not bad.
That's not too bad. Can't get much higher than that, so that's not too bad.
You actually, because you're looking at the movements they've been doing and everything and how they're reacting, and they haven't said anything. Blank faces, unblinking stares at you. And in fact, their eyes now aren't even focusing, right? Like they're just, completely blank, dilated eyes just staring randomly off into different areas. They're not even necessarily focusing on you, even though you're the focus of their attention. Right?
They could be users or they're tweaking. Well, I guess if they're tweaking, they are users, but users in a different sense.
Right, yeah. This is 1-for-1 the behavior of users.
Okay.
These are, but like in the in-game and sense, right? Not as in like they got into a secret stash.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are absolutely like linked up individuals.
Okay.
And too, these are more than likely not. So you kind of have like 2 different types. You have like, the linked and the unlinked, right? The unlinked are basically zombies, right? Mindless, not connected to anything, just mindlessly wandering. These ones, because they seem to be working cohesively, they are definitely linked to something.
Okay.
At the very least, linked to each other.
I can't really do anything till I get into my suit, so I will.
Your suit is right behind you. You have the 3 of them standing over you, but you're literally, if you're on your back, your suit is like right behind you.
Okay. Can I try to? I guess what Smokey's going to do is just kind of reach and try to grab it, drag it down, and try to start jamming his feet into it just to get into his suit as quickly as he can.
So you're basically going to like trying to like back scuttle to get back to your suit.
Yeah, exactly. Start pushing. Yeah, put my hands up and goes, okay, let's not do anything hasty, guys, and just like try to distract them with my talking and get closer to the suit.
Nice. All right, so here's what I'm going to give you. It's slightly it's ironic. So I'm going to need an agility test from you.
Damn it.
But I'm going to take your fast talk and give that as almost like a distraction bonus.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
So it kind of balances out.
Yes, and it is going to be against a 6.
Okay. Ugh, 4.
Oh. So yeah, you're like, hey guys, and you try to like talk them down.
They're not
and
putting
then
up with
like
Smokey's bullshit.
right, exactly. You try to turn and make the quick movement, and one of them just grabs your ankle and drags you back.
Okay. Okay.
So now you're not hurt. They didn't hurt you, but they've now dragged you further away from your suit at this point.
Okay. All right.
Hux.
Mm-hmm.
Focus test.
Okay. Let me. What is
Against
that?
5.
Okay. Wait, it's a 1 or a 6? Nope, that one's a 1. 4 is my highest.
Okay.
Is there anything that I can add? Is it like essentially a brains kind of test, or what's the?
It is.
I mean, I don't think I have anything that necessarily works.
It's basically like a notice, right? Like perceiving the stuff around you.
If I add scout, that's a 6 then.
You do have scout.
Yep.
So yes, you can add that.
Nice.
So yes, that is a success then. So you're kind of climbing down the ladder, right? And there's like guide planks and wires and everything running all over the place. But you basically come to like the last platform at the bottom of the ladder, and you go to turn, and you can see. So you're basically on the second floor at this point. So ground level, first floor, second floor, and you actually see Smokey as he is being dragged away from his suit by these 3 guys. And you also only see 2 suits. You see your suit and Smokey's suit. You do not see Zuchy or Zuchy's suit.
Right. How far down is it from where I'm at?
It's about 20-ish feet.
That's pretty far. Is there anything around me that I can throw?
Sure, why not?
Like he'll pick up like if I'm up like still in the things, maybe there's just like a not a big crate, but like a block of something, or like I don't want to say trash can because that doesn't seem like I'm thinking like all the scaffolding and shit. People like leave stuff, so maybe there's just like a chunk of something.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey!"
I mean, you can even say it's like a. I mean, why not? Why not similar to a trash can? Maybe it's almost like a mailbox type situation. Someone has like a large metal box hung up next to an entrance that like people can leave stuff in.
Yeah. So he like puts his foot up and grabs. He's like, "Hey, get away from him!" And he just like over his head just throws it down to try to clip one of them. And then without even waiting to see what happens, he runs for the ladder. And if it's like an actual ladder, like he'll try to fireman slide down.
Sounds
see if
good.
You get down quicker.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and for the throwing of the trash barrel, Go ahead and roll against the 7.
Okay. Would that be agility, I guess? Or would that be might?
Smokey's
No,
gonna hit with
because
this
you're
if you
going more
feel
for aim than you are for brute force.
Okay.
Because you want to clip one of these guys without hitting Smokey, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And I guess Scout would, that's not going to, like, I don't have any sort of fighting anything. Yeah.
Right.
What about fit? Did we keep fit or did we toss that?
No, we tossed fit. Yeah.
High is a 5.
A 5. All right. So you miss, right? You like, hey, and you like throw it and it like clangs on the ground like 5 feet away from them. And makes this like loud, well, what would be loud reverberating sound, but nobody can hear anything. And it gets the attention of one of them. So there's one that's dragging Zuchy back, one that's focused down on Zuchy. The one that it landed nearest to cranks his head around to look at you. Like he's bent over and his upper body doesn't move. His head just kind of turns and like looks at you. Yeah, almost. And his mouth opens, like it doesn't move otherwise. It just kind of goes like that. And you're like, and you go to turn towards the ladder and you see somebody walking down the gangplank that you're on, like down on the walkway. And all of a sudden their whole upper body just goes limp.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, he books for the ladder and tries to slide down.
All right. We'll leave that for next. Zuchy! You've landed some hardcore elbows on top of Jensen.
Yeah. And you said that his face
the visor like spider webbed. Like a spider web crack.
Okay. Well, I'll probably try this since I have my suit on. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put my... No, does he have me in a bear hug still where I can't move my other arm? It's just the one arm that's still...
No, loose? He's now... So when you did that, he kind of loosened the grip of it. So you can move, if you want, you can try to move around in it. Yeah.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to put my hands on his head, and I'm going to try to force my thumbs into his eyes where that's cracked.
So he still has, so you're trying to like push through the visor?
Yes.
All right, cool. So this is going to be, I'm going to say this is going to be, I know normally you roll with agility. This is more of a force thing. So this is going to be with might.
Might. Okay.
And it's going to be 7.
Okay. Not looking good, pals. Let's try this last one. Oh, it's a 7. 5 plus 2.
Nice.
I had a couple of 2s. I was very scared.
So you manage to force through. So you're kind of just like pushing into the visor, and you feel, so it's like laminated glass, right? Like a windshield. But so when you push it through, like it dimples in, and just you feel it, the force against his face at that point. And so the whole visor just compresses in onto his face. And as soon as as soon as that happens, he basically lifts up his knee and pushes you away, and at the same time, like throws your hip to the side and just shoves you away from him, and you turn, landing on the ground.
Okay.
Smokey, you've now been dragged away these two guys standing over you, three, but one of them has now gotten the attention up above, and you, even though you can't hear anything, you actually see Huxley 2 stories up.
So, whatever Huxley threw, how far away is it from me?
About 5 or so feet.
Okay. And what did we
Within
say
a
it was?
scurried range.
It was just like a big metal box, right? Isn't that what we said?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So Smokey's gonna try to scuttle over to it and grab it and just start wailing on people around him with it.
Oh, nice. It's like right around there. You like lunge over, go to grab it, and then go to slam one of the guys with it.
Yep.
Beautiful. Go ahead and give me a roll. It's going to be a 7.
Six.
All right. Hey,
Get any higher.
the best you can do, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, there's If we're talking about agility and moving quick, then that's about as good as Smokey's gonna do.
All right. So you're able to hit him while it doesn't do any damage per se. You basically use it to like push. It gives you enough momentum that you push this guy away from you.
Okay.
And he kind of goes like tumbling into one of the other dudes.
Good.
Smokey. Huxley.
Yeah, you want like an agility check to slide down the
Go ahead
ladder?
and give me an agility to see if you can make it to the ladder before this other person.
Oh shit, okay. That one's a 5. 5 is the high.
5 is the high. So you start kind of running towards the ladder. This other person begins to run straight at you, thinking for a moment that you're kind of running to the ladder. You make it right to the ladder and you reach down to go, and they don't stop. They literally run and just smash into you, driving you down the walkway.
And I imagine it's like a weird, like a horror movie, kind of like the head's kind of flopping, the arms are flopping,
Exactly,
the legs like all disjointed. He's like,
It's like 28 days later.
Yeah.
It's like the Last of Us clicker run where it's just like, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So he just smashes into you, driving you, sending you tumbling down the walkway.
Okay. And we're in a heap then.
And yeah, the two of you are now like kind of in a heap, and he's just on top of you, just like wriggling around.
Okay. All right. Is that my
Zuchy? Yeah. Yep. So you've now been tossed down onto the ground. Jensen appears that he is slightly less interested in dealing with you at this moment. Can't really see. He's trying to like pull the visor away from his face.
Okay. I'm gonna try to help with that. I'm gonna run at him and do just like a roundhouse kick to his face.
Well, let me get that for you.
This is going to be at a 5 because he is effectively blinded for the moment.
Mm-hmm. That is an 8. 6 plus 2.
Dear Lord.
Hot dice.
Dice. Yeah. What do you want to happen?
I want, again, taking my my inspiration from from Street Fighter. I think I'm going to
Finish him.
Exactly.
It's gonna basically shatter his visor and knock him out to the point where he goes, and then falls to the ground on his side.
Nice. Yeah, so we'll say you basically jump up, roundhouse kick, smashing into the side of his head. He flies over, slams into the wall, slumped down. At that point, the visor kind of peels away from his from the helmet. And you can see just like he's still conscious. He's still alive, but he has like crystal blue eyes right now that are just staring straight up at you. Smokey. You're muted.
Can I make a break for my suit? Do I have enough separation or have...
Yeah, you can try to make a run for it.
Yeah, let me do that. Smokey's going to try to get in his suit.
All right. This is going to be at a 5.
Okay.
So you have 2 of these guys. One of them you've pushed him into the other one. So the 2 of them are kind of stumbling away from the suit a little bit. And you have the third one that is actually running away now. Away from you. So you're only really having to deal with 2 of them at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. In Smokey's mind, he's like, okay, well, I can sit here and try to wail on him, but if I get into my suit, I'll be able to do a little bit more. So yeah, he's going to try to run for the suit.
Beautiful. Yeah, go ahead. It says it's going to be a 5.
Yeah, 5. Nailed it.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, as you try to run away and you get away and you are starting to get into your suit. But one of the users has followed you over and is trying to interrupt the process.
Okay.
So you are in the midst of getting into your suit. Everything's kind of closing around you. But he's got like a hand on your shirt trying to tug you out.
Okay.
So we'll say your process hasn't completely finished yet.
Okay.
Hux.
I just want to, like, if the guy's on top of me, I want to try to roll over and get away.
Yeah.
Right, because he doesn't necessarily want to hurt. Like, he has no idea what's actually happening. Like, like that's user behavior. Like, I guess he would know that, right? Because we've encountered that before. But he's like, like rapid fire thoughts. Like, how could this be happening? We're in a null. Like, they have to be protected. Like, what's going on? Like, I gotta get away. And like, I don't think his first thought would be to like pitch him over the side, right? Like,
right, yeah.
That's not who he is. So I think, like I said, if he's kind of laying on top of me, I just want to like kind of flip him over and then just try to like back up and get the ladder.
Sounds good. Yeah, so go ahead and give me a check. This is going to be against a 4.
Okay.
So he's still trying to like keep you down. Again, not like forcing you, just more his body on top of you.
Yeah, I got a 4.
You got a 4? There we go.
Yes, with a snag.
Yes. So you're able to toss him, roll over, toss him to the side. You go to scramble, but he reaches and like grabs your leg. So you're not able to fully get away. So he's now got like both hands on your leg trying to pull you back.
Okay.
Real quick, go ahead and give me a brains test.
Okay.
On a 5.
Am I adding any of my med tech biology? Like, is this a question
go ahead.
of
You've got like engineering stuff, right?
I have med tech, mechanics, biology.
Mechanics. Let's use mechanics.
Okay, so that's going to be a 7 then.
Nice. So just going through, your thoughts of like, how can this happen? We're in a null, all this stuff. Like these are clearly, this is user behavior, but we're sheltered. And then we do a quick flashback in Huxley's brain when Jensen initially told you to go register. It was you and Smokey that went and talked to him while Zuchy stayed back at the suits. And Smokey's kind of chatting the two guys up, and you're just kind of staring around. And they were setting up a new terminal.
Mm-hmm.
And they had said all this, hey, yeah, we're not used to this yet. Yeah, we have to set all this stuff up for the organization. And then what Lily was doing was also installing some new tech up on the ceiling. And that's not any organization tech that you've ever seen before.
Up on the ceiling in where that
not
office is?
Not necessarily on the ceiling. So you and Lily's job was up on the ceiling of the knoll under the bridge, installing new tech.
Yeah.
On the roof, essentially. Yeah. The tech that you saw, the terminal that you saw in that office isn't anything that you've noticed before as like quote unquote official organization terminal stuff. It didn't look like a regular computer.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. He's pondering all that as he's like kicking at the guy's hands. Yeah. Let me go.
All right, Zuchy. So Jensen now is like sitting on the ground, back against the wall, screen broken, these crystal blue eyes staring up at you. And through your mic, through your comms, you hear broken and crackled because it's now open air and you can hear all the sound from outside. But Jensen says she'll eventually get you too. There's no chance to run. Just give up.
Is he actually like, can I see that he's actually talking, or is
he's actually talking? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then when he does that, you can see his eyes start to like roll back and like flicker. Go ahead and give me a brains test.
Okay. Oh, I've been rolling less dice on my other rolls. Okay, well, at least I've been rolling good, I guess. It's like, yeah, there's a reason that you put so much time into these things. Okay. Well, I'm not very smart, apparently. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. That's a 5.
Hey, there you go. You have seen this kind of rapid eye movement whenever Brock had his fits. Remember when you were in the hospital?
Yep.
You've seen this very similar, like eye twitch, rapid, like open eyes, but rapid eye movement from him.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
What does that actually mean to me then?
You don't know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's an asshole. You know that.
I could have told you that without the dice roll.
Right.
What does that mean to you? I don't fucking know. Okay.
So yeah, you're not sure exactly why it's happening. But you have seen, you can make at least a correlation between what is happening to him right now and what has happened to Brock in your presence before.
Okay. So I think what I'll do is like a momentary thing before I try to go help Huxley out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna stare directly at wow, I just blanked.
Jensen.
What's his face? Jensen, thank you.
Jensen, yeah.
And I'm gonna say, I don't care who you take. I'm coming for you. And then he takes off and tries to help Hux.
Nice. So yeah, at that moment, you actually like hear. Well, actually, no, you can't hear because it's too loud. But like, you go to turn, so like you turn away, and you actually see one of the users that was with Smokey is climbing the ladder that's like right across from you, and you follow your eyes up, and you can actually see Huxley at the top of the ladder.
Yep. I'm gonna climb that. Excuse me, climb that ladder and go after him.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me an agility test at 6 to see if you can, because you're in your suit, but I need to know if you can make it past that one person on the ladder and make it up first.
Okay.
Or just grab him and pull him down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what I was doing. I wasn't gonna try to get past him to get to Huxley. I was basically gonna get that guy before he got to Huxley, basically.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Then go ahead, do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you got this guy probably like 8 or 10 feet up the ladder so far.
Yep, sounds good. That is a 6 + 2. That is an 8.
Oh, yeah, that'll absolutely do it.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so basically, like, you're able to, like, jump up, grab him by the back of the shirt, and, like, yank him down, slamming him down into the ground.
Yes, for sure.
And, yeah, when he hits, basically, you see, like, he just pancakes on the ground and goes completely still.
Bummer.
All right, Smokey, you are right now. We'll say for the sake of ease that your suit is like front loading, right? So you were able to like throw yourself back and like throw your arms into it, so, like get your feet in, and as everything's closing around you, you have this hand that reaches in and is now trying to like pull you out of the suit. And your suit's starting to like show you. It's starting to, you know, like when a garage door senses that there's an object in the way, like the lights will blink and it'll like start to lift up again. So your suit is about to close when all of a sudden you get like an orange flash inside the suit that there's like an impediment to it closing. You know, it's a safety feature just in case like somebody's drunk and gets in their suit and only puts one arm in. It doesn't want to close and then cut off someone's hand. So
that's called the Smokey principle. I'm sure he's done that in the past. Can Smokey just like, swing back with his elbow, or do like like in the movies, do the kick behind to see, he's just trying to, whoever's, trying to reach, he's just going to try to fight him off.
Oh yeah. If you want to pull an arm out and like give him an elbow or like a forearm to try to push him away. Absolutely.
I think it's just that lizard brain reaction, right? Smokey has this goal. He's trying to get into the suit. Something's obstructing it. So he's going to lash out at it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. And that's going, it's only going to be against a 4.
As a 5.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful. Success. So yeah, you pull, like you wrench an arm out of the suit and just like you said, just throw your weight behind that, just shoving the elbow into them, pushing them back. They stumble, fall backwards. And at that point, like the orange flashing lights turn off and the seat goes and closes around you. And all your little internal lights flash back up.
All right, now let me pull up my sheet to see what Smokey can do. Smokey pulls out his cheat sheet on what his suit does.
Yeah.
Heads up cheat display.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
You have a
exactly.
flamer.
Exactly.
Hux.
So I think like he's on his stomach. He's got his hands like at the top of the platform, like right where the ladder is, and he like brings his other foot back and just kicks real hard to try to break loose of the grip. And I think he just yells because I imagine he sees Zuchy or no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a big suit at the bottom of the bottom of the ladder. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want agility? Do you want might? I don't know.
It's going to be might. Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming that
This thing is trying to like get to its feet, and it's like pulling at you, trying to pull you over to it.
Yeah. All right. So I don't have anything to add, I don't think, right? Because the only thing that I have would be scout or like mechanics or biology,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Yeah, so this is going to be against a 5.
Oh, I got a 5 and 2 6s.
Hey, there you go. Yes. Yeah.
So
you're able to actually like kick at it and toss it away from you.
And he just yells, Mr. Zuchy, catch me! And he just like pulls himself over and like flops over the edge.
Oh God.
I mean, he's in a suit. I trust him.
He is in a suit. That is very fun.
He's
And
like,
I mean, what's a 20-foot fall?
it's probably fine.
Right? Yeah, it'll be good. Well, we'll jump over to Smokey while Zuchy is indisposed.
Mm-hmm. Just like looks up like, what the fuck?
Right, yep. So yeah, your suit has now closed around you. You have one guy in front of you. You have another guy kind of off to the side a little bit, has now regained himself, and is now, both of them are now like just throwing themselves up against the front of your suit.
So they're, I think, so obviously Smokey's in the suit before he can react. I think this is also good. Like you said, this is just the quick reaction to it. This is going on. I think what he's going to do is just, plow into them, just bull rush them, try to knock them over, knock them off.
Sorry, I
their
had to
feet,
babysit dog.
That's fine.
Just knock them over, and while he's running into them, just run towards Zuchy. And I don't know if he notices Huxley yet, but yeah, so he's just going to run over.
Probably not. Yeah.
So he's just going to try to bowl into them, knock them over, and get over to where Huxley is.
Nice. All right. So this is going to be against a 4, since there are 2 of them, but you're also at this point outweighing them significantly.
Yeah. All right. And is the damage I have, I think that first roll we did, it was just offset because of the situation. So I'm still at, a negative, right? Because of the injuries I took, correct?
Correct. But only against your agility, not against anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agility.
And I'm assuming since you're trying to bull rush through them, that this would probably be might. So
yeah, exactly. I just want to, And that is a 4.
4 on the nose?
Yep.
Sounds good. So yeah, you're able to slam and push through them easy enough. But Your suit gives you a collision detection warning, and will temporarily slows your suit down, almost like an ABS situation.
It doesn't want me to plow into these guys, so it slows me down.
Exactly, yeah. So you're not going to be, you'll be able to close about half the distance between you and Zuchy at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. I'm coming.
We're having technical difficulties here.
Yep.
Check. Can you hear us, Kurt?
Yep.
Nothing.
John, you have a standby sign. You need a technical difficulty sign now.
You're right. Yeah. I said maybe if you let the dog out, he got too far away and it disconnected his phone phones.
Maybe, yeah.
But it didn't seem like it wanted to reconnect, so hopefully jumping back into the call fix it. Unless he went to go get a pair of headphones.
No.
Uh-oh, this is Kurt.
Excuse you.
That was a weird sound.
Yeah, my phone's on vibrate and it's on the shelf.
Yeah.
Let's see. He wants me to invite him again. All right. Hold on. Here we go. It should still be in the thing. I don't know why he needs me to send them another one.
He could have deleted it.
I mean, why
He's
would
just
you
too lazy
delete
to
it?
look at his deleted emails.
I guess. Get more work for me. Okay. Don't know if I'm going to take like 1 million damage fall fucking 2-story building.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt if he doesn't catch you. For sure.
20 feet, that's not that high. Come on.
Man.
Backyard wrestling.
I did kind of just throw myself over though.
Right. I don't think you have any training.
No, that'll be next time.
Right, yep. Parkour training. That would help.
Right. I was just thinking fighting.
I'm going to go run real quick then while we're waiting for Kurt. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, did you send me a technical? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, let me download this. Like, what the fuck is this huge link in the friggin' in the chat? All right, here we go. Let me.
Yeah, you know who has the worst fucking links? Amazon.
Yeah, they're bad.
Like, not only are you a shitty company, but your links are like 1 million letters long.
Where the fuck did it download to?
I don't know. Usually to downloads.
No, mine go to documents, but it's not there, and I have no freaking clue as to where it went. Well, that's fucked. I downloaded again, I guess. Where are we saving to? Yeah, it should be right here. Oh, all files. Why is this showing up as an all files? I want it to be a fucking JPEG. Well, that's why I can't find it, because it doesn't like it.
Oh, weird. What kind of image is it showing up as?
It just, when I go to save it, it saves it as all files. It doesn't save it like as a JPEG or a...
Weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. Sure, it's all riveting. Cut all this fucking shit out.
Hopefully you remember to.
No, this is pretty bad. We're gonna not having any problems here.
Right.
What the fuck? Sure, yeah, rename it. Oh, that's Kurt. Oh. Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been here. What's going on?
I've been here the whole time.
Oh my god.
So
I don't know. It's
did you
funny
hear?
Because my go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, I seriously like my headphones did not warn anything. It just all of a sudden just stopped. It usually beeps before it stops.
Right? Yeah.
I still have all the I still have all the power, and I was like, why doesn't it feel like anyone's talking? And then I couldn't get it to work. Like StreamYard was just really not letting me use this as my headphones, so I had to mess with my computer and actually get that to work as the default for my speaker. So I was like, okay, whatever.
That's so weird.
Because you came back and Kevin was in the middle, like, well, I'm doing this and that and whatever, and you just sat down and were like, all right, I had to let the dog out. I'm back now. And he was like, and then you got real quiet, and then Kevin picked back up again.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody talking, so I thought you guys were waiting for me. You know?
So, last scene, I was able to kick the dude free. And then, because I was like, on my stomach, kind of like holding on, so I turned, like kicked, and then I just yelled, "Catch me, Mr. Zuchy!" And I just kind of pitched myself forward. Not that you could hear me necessarily, but yeah, all of a sudden I'm tumbling towards you at the bottom of the ladder.
So yeah, we're actually going to come with Zuchy has jumped up, grabbed the dude, pancakes him on the ground, and as soon as you look up, you see Huxley tumble over the railing and is falling down towards you.
So she's all of a sudden just like, what the fuck? And you just go to he's like, I'll save you. Yeah. He'll definitely catch him. Try to.
I guess might makes more sense. Does that make sense in terms of like
absorbing the blow?
For sure.
You know what? I'll let you use protector. Which
I mean, if in any instance right now, this would make the most sense.
Right? So you don't pull an Iron Man and just stop them going like falling 80 feet per second, and then you just turn to zero. Like nobody in any of those movies wouldn't just snap their neck immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
that's a 5 + 2 = 7.
Beautiful. So you were able to you basically like jump up and meet him at the apex of your jump, absorbing some of the blow, and you like are able to bring him down nice and gently, coddling him in your arms like a baby.
And he's just yelling, "We've got to get over to the check, and we got to destroy the computer. The computer, there's something wrong with the computer that it just wasn't right." And I'm assuming like it's just clang, 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 clang.
Right, exactly. Yep.
He's very animated.
Right. You're like, we gotta do it, and they're like pointing and like. All right. So yeah, we have Zuchy, Huxley, and Smokey. Zuchy and Huxley together. Smokey about 30 or so feet off. Smokey, you can actually see that Huxley hucked himself off the side of the railing. Zuchy jumped up and caught him, bringing him down nice and carefully. You know that there is one person up on the second floor, 2 people behind you, and that's what you know about so far. Let's go over to Smokey. What would you like to do?
If Zuchy and Huxley are together, I think I'm still going to try to make towards them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's probably not smart if, there's people trailing behind me, but they'll look over and see me running and I'm dragging a whole bunch of people following. But
Yep.
I guess in Smokey's mind, it's like, okay, let's get together. We haven't been able to communicate. Let's find out what the hell's going on and what we're going to do. And at least if we're all together, that makes it a bit easier if we start, lashing out at people. So Smokey's just going to try to book it and get closer to the two of them.
Sounds good. Yeah. So within, mere moments, right? You're within like 5 steps basically because you're in a big quick suit. So you're like, your suit has temporarily slowed you down and you're like, ugh, like struggling through it. And then as you get to them is when like basically the ABS lifts off, the safety protocols lift off and you're able to get there.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's going really slow and all of a sudden he speeds up. And
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So from a communication standpoint,
Smokey and Zuchy are in their suits, so the two of you can communicate.
Don't the suits have well, they have speakers, not necessarily.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, Huxley's in his arms, and he's like smacking him on the head, and like on the shoulder, like pointing over to like where the registration is, and he's just like that way, that way, that way, that way, that way.
Yeah, then Smokey's just going to shrug and head over to where Huxley is furiously pointing because obviously he wants us to check on something. So he's just going to shrug and wave Huxley over with or wave Zuchy over with Huxley in his arms and just go head over to the registration computer.
There you go. Huxley, go ahead and give me a focus test.
Okay.
It's going to be at a 4.
I got a 5. 3, 4, 5. Small straight.
5. There you go. So you are cradled in Zuchy's arms, right? You're like smacking him on the helmet and telling them like that way, that way, that way. And you are able, being in a prone position of sorts, you're looking up. Your viewpoint is more upwards. And you see at that moment a blink, 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 blink of probably about 10 to 12 blue lights flickering all throughout the various levels of under the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Zuchy, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna just run with him and go where he's pointing.
Beautiful. So you're gonna like carry him and start running?
Oh yeah.
All right. And Smokey, I'm assuming you're following.
Yeah. And
All right.
I'll check behind us to make sure, no one's gaining on us quickly. I'll, go that way, but make sure we don't get surprised by anyone behind us.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a quick presence check behind you.
Oh, if that was an awareness, it actually would have been a 7.
It was. Oh, nice. There you go. It's a success with an edge either way. So it's going to be against a 4 for you as well, Smokey.
3.
A 3? All right. So you take a quick glance and you see that the two guys behind you are still behind you. They're a little bit slower though than the two of you in the suits. But you've kind of paused for a moment, so they are catching up to you. So they are still in pursuit. So the two of you with Huxley in arms go booking it towards the relay station, towards the check-in area. So you can burst through the door, and as you get to the door, you kind of like just shoulder check it through, like breaking it off the hinges. And there are those same two guys that were in there before that were all ready to check Huxley and Smokey in. And both of them make a rush straight at the two of you.
Now, does Huxley have his suit on? I don't remember.
He does not.
No.
Nope. So Smokey
Okay.
and Zuchy are the only ones in suits right now.
Okay, so I think that what I'll do is I'll put him down and I'll get in front of him.
Are their eyes blue? I'm assuming. Or are
They are.
like
Yes.
okay?
Yep.
Because I assume that I probably couldn't put him down and then at the same time like attack.
No, but you can put him down, and I mean you could throw him down and attack.
Or pitch me forward.
How about this? I will let you do both if you'd like, but you would incur a snag for doing it, so you will take a penalty.
Fuck it, why not?
Cool. So that's going to be, if you want to kind of put Huxley down and then attack these guys, it's going to be at a 6.
Okay. Wow. It's another 6. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. So you're actually able. So how do you want to attack these guys?
So I think what I would do, and these guys aren't in suits, they're just in
Just regular old people.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the like double clothesline, just bring it back and just boom,
Double lariat.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah. So you kind of like drop Huxley in front of you and then like jump over him, flying double lariat to both these guys, knocking them both to the ground, landing, doing a nice little tumble up. Smokey.
What is Smokey gonna do? I mean, is there any? I get, we're still trying to make it over to where Huxley was pointing.
So you're there now. You are.
Okay.
Yes, Zuchy has broken through the door. All three of you have made your way kind of into the room. Zuchy has dropped Huxley, hopped over, and smashed into the two guards that were inside of the office.
I'll look at Huxley and kind of put my arms out like, we're here, what next kind of thing.
And he's just yelling, smash it, smash it, smash it. And he's pointing at the terminal.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, can Smokey hear him or?
You can't hear him, but you can see him.
Okay.
You can see what he's pointing at and everything like that.
Well, Smokey's going to make the assumption that he's animated and pointing at something. So Smokey's going to go over to whatever he's pointing at. And I'm assuming you're making like
smashing or like
Right.
punching, kicking. Like
that's what. Yeah, so Smokey's going to go over and just start wailing on it, I guess.
Beautiful. Yeah, go ahead and give me a mic. I mean, you do have your flamer. You haven't gotten to use it much. I just wanted to bring it up. You can smash it if you want, though. It's fine.
Flame on? Question mark.
Yeah, we might as well do that, right? Go
There you
ahead. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I
So
always
just
thought
give
you had
me
an auto pistol.
what was that?
So I always thought he had an auto pistol.
Yeah, he has both.
Yeah, both.
Deep cut, Rogue Trader cut.
Flamer's more fun.
I didn't have the flamer and Rogue Trader though. That
I know, that's what I said. I think you had an auto pistol.
yeah, I had the
Oh, I see where you're going.
yeah.
Yes.
I think
See
that's why I
what-
took. That's why I took the
Yep.
flamer on this one, just to keep it going across genre.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead and just give me an agility test. Just for shits and giggles, basically. We'll see if you destroy it quick or really quick. See how much of it explodes.
4.
4? All right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Slow
you
burn.
basically like and I'm assuming you have it like mounted to your arm and everything, and so like it pulls out and you're just like flames just burst up all on the side of the room. Huxley, go ahead and give me an agility test against 4.
Against fire.
Yes.
That's a 6. 1, 5, and a 6.
Beautiful. Okay. You're able to roll back out of the way.
He's like, ah!
Right?
Like, dives behind the counter. I said punch it. I said punch it.
So you let the flamer go. Huxley is able to roll out of the way. And then all of a sudden, there's just like spark, spark, spark. And the whole thing just explodes in this like chemical battery, green and blue flame. And as soon as you do, the 2 guys that Zuchy had clotheslined and had fallen to the ground, they're about to get up and then immediately just collapse into a pile on the ground. And when you Huxley, you can tell because they're in the suits, so they can't really tell as much. But you start to hear a grinding sound almost as all of the generators and everything start to wind down. And within a few moments, under the bridge is deadly quiet.
Oh, no, that's probably not good. That's probably not good. He does crawl forward though to check on those guys to see like if it worked. Like in Huxley's mind, like, oh, if we break the computer, it'll break the signal. And like everybody will be okay. Right?
Yep.
Like,
And yeah, they are dead.
oh no. And he pulls him in, he kind of like shakes him a little bit, and then like peels the eye open. Says, hey buddy, are you in there? And he kind of like lightly smacks him in the face, like, oh, you're gonna be okay, right? You're gonna be all right. And he like shakes him a little bit more, feels for the pulse in the arm, feels for the pulse in the neck.
Huxley, go ahead and give me a presence check.
Okay.
Or presence. Or focus.
And is this like an awareness thing, or what are we?
That's an awareness thing. So you roll scout into that.
It's going to be 7.
Beautiful. That's a yes and. So you successfully hear out beyond the doors a clang sound.
Like outside of the null?
No, inside the knoll.
Okay.
You hear like a tink of metal. And then you hear and then you hear another bang, bang, bang. And you just proceed to hear things hitting various things.
Bodies dropping, yeah.
Yeah, and you see out the door one body fall about 10 feet from the door and just slam into the ground.
Oh, is it Lily?
It's not Lily.
Okay. All right.
But go ahead and give me a presence check.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and I am going to roll your innocent into this. So you'll be rolling at a -2.
I got a 0.
So you.
I got a pair of 2s.
You begin to lose. Actually, you know what? Give me
Fear
1 second.
table.
Fear table. Where is it? Nope, that's Zuchy's sheet. Why did everything suddenly change on me? Don't worry, you can edit this.
Yeah. So he just starts
That's what everybody says when they don't have a podcast. You can edit.
Right.
Edit this out.
I mean, I get regardless of anything, he's gonna freak out. Regardless of what the on the check is, right? He's like, oh no,
Yeah.
no, oh no.
Yeah, Huxley just saw a body fall in front of him and die. Obviously, he's not gonna be well.
All right. What do I roll? What do I roll on the table?
2d6.
2d6. Go ahead and give me 2d6.
Okay. That is a 6.
All right. So yeah, you basically because it says drop whatever you're holding, but you're not holding anything. But you literally like drop to your knees and just begin to stare out the doorway as now you can see just body after body after body after body slamming into the ground outside. Just falling, some of them from 10 feet, some of them from 80 feet, just all collapsing down on the ground.
I think he goes like first it's like no. And then like, when the one lands in front of the door, like I think he's just like silently like on his knees. It's like Platoon, right? Like he's just kind of on his knees like no.
Zuchy and Smokey. Well, let's see. Smokey is busy flaming on. So what's Zuchy doing?
I think Zuchy grabs Huxley and is like, we got to get your suit. Come on. And he's like trying to lead him. And if he has to, he'll pick him up just like he did before.
I think like if you're trying to cajole him a little bit, like he doesn't move right away. And as you like kind of like lift him up, like he'll get up, but he's not saying anything. Like you lift him up and start to move, like hand on his shoulder, sort of like pushing him. He'll move, but he's just kind of like, looking around at everything and like, oh no, like this is my fault now. Like I, had Smokey destroy the computer and it killed everybody. Like I was trying to help everybody. Like this was supposed to fix it because I can fix it. Right. Like he's having an existential moment.
Right. Yeah.
So as Zuchy's leading him around, he'll just be like, you kind of understand because he knows things. He's been around. He'll just be like, I know you're not probably hearing me right now, but this isn't your fault. This is Anne's fault. She's the one that got them like that. They wouldn't have been in this position without Anne. So I know you're going to blame yourself. Don't blame yourself.
Yeah, you could have flipped your speakers on so I could hear you, especially now it's quiet, right? Or you could have flipped the visor up or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, as you're leading Huxley back to his suit, I don't know if you want to bring it up or not, but as you two are walking, you notice that there is one body that is not here.
Jensen
is not where you left him.
Yeah, I don't think I say anything. I think I focus on us getting a Huxley suit and then trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to do from here.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, you get him over to his suit. Huxley, you jump in the Medicus, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he doesn't jump into the suit, right?
Well,
like,
no, yeah.
bring him over, and like he just, Zuchy's like, come on, like you got to get in the suit, like we gotta figure this out. Like I think, not petulantly, but kind of like in that, like shoulders shrugged, kind of, tentatively climb into the suit.
Mm-hmm.
And then like before it closes, or like he gets in and like pops the visor. He says they can't all be dead though, right? I mean, Miss Lily, like she was up at the top, like I was gonna help her, but then Charlie and Bob didn't come up, and then I thought maybe something was wrong, so I came down, and then all this.
And
but,
Hux, John, at that moment you begin to get notifications on your readout of life sign in danger, life sign in danger, life sign in danger, life sign in danger, life sign in danger. And then those very quickly, they come up and it starts to give you a list. And then you begin to see deceased, 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 deceased.
I think he just hangs his head and he just says, "This is my fault." Right, because it should have worked, right? Like in his mind, it should have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They weren't connected for that long, right? Like for as much as any of us know anything about like how any of this works, right? Like with seeing that Brock had been out there for as long as he was and was responding, like it doesn't make sense, right? Like this is my fault because they weren't connected for that long. Breaking the signal should have fixed the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he just kind of like hangs his head.
What do you three do?
Well said. Well said.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Huxley wouldn't do anything other than just stand there.
Yeah.
I don't know what do we want to get away, or do we want to stay and see if we can get some more
Suits are mostly
information on what
charged.
happened? Yeah. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's take a minute, make sure we're ready to go and we're ready for anything, and we'll figure out what our next steps are.
At a game, how many people do we think lived here? Ish. I don't know if we have any sense of.
At least a few dozen.
I think Huxley just says we should. I mean, we should bury them or something, right? I mean, we can't just leave them like this. And he, kind of like waves a hand at the bodies all over the ground.
All right, let's make sure all the suits are all charged up, and let's get everybody. Yeah, let's find a place for them all to rest, but let's make sure we're all charged up and there's no surprises.
We'll probably have to do it as quick as we possibly can, because if Anne knows that this place is shut down, who's to say that there's not going to be more that show up?
Maybe if the terminal controlled everything, I don't know if there's any way to fix it. I mean, Lily said the power was spotty already anyway, but maybe I can fix it.
Where's the shop?
Like he just looks around like, fuck, where would I even start to like we know it's got solar panels and shit like that. Like maybe he'll wander back over towards like the registration to see like, can that terminal be bypassed? To see if we get like, we don't need to power the whole place, but like, could we get like on a small scale, if I route some of the panels to like a specific spot, like bypass all the other stuff into a specific spot so we can finish charging these up and get power into the. So what protects them from the signal?
The super thick lead and steel walls.
Okay, so there's nothing like that has to be powered then, right? So it's a blank spot on its own. Yeah, so if I could, maybe do that so we could like get a full charge.
Yeah. All right. So I tell you what, how about we are going to cutscene of the three of you taking the power, because you have a decent amount of power right now. It's going to be very difficult for you to bury all of these bodies. You're in the city, so there's not really a lot of open place, right? B, there's a lot of them. So do you want to more so find them just a resting place, or do you want to do a pyre? What scene do you want to have play out here?
So, I mean, like Huxley wouldn't have thought about any of it, right? Like it just seems wrong to leave them here. If Smokey suggested a pyre, we could take them all outside. Right. And then burn as many as like we're not going to find everybody, I guess. Right. But like burn as many as we could find that's reasonable, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, we'll basically have, we'll have the ending shot of the evening sun kind of setting, casting all the shadows across the city. The three of you with your pyre kind of in the middle of the street around outside the corner. Obviously, you don't want to do it just outside of the under the bridge. So we have kind of Smokey using one of his matches to light a fire in order to start the pyre for the three of them, and we have the glow of the pyre against the shards of glass and everything in the city street as the three of you just kind of watch it burn with the setting sun behind you before you make your way back to try to reconstruct and resurrect under the bridge. And we'll go ahead and end it there.
Dig it.
So real quick, let's talk drivers. So with Zuchy, we'll start with you. Do you believe that you played into your protector driver?
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think so. Make sure others survive. I think you did that one. What about doesn't think of danger? Were there any moments where you kind of threw your own safety away?
I think you even mentioned it specifically.
Yeah, I did.
You
And I'm
recall
trying to
it,
think of
yeah.
what the actual moment was. I can't remember it.
You charged them when you charged
Oh,
Jensen, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Yep. Because I figured he probably could kick my ass, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
That fucker needs to go down.
Perfect. All right. So why don't you go ahead and take 2 marks then?
Sweet.
Throw them in whatever you like. Smokey. Was there any moments where you showed as the protector?
I think at the beginning, the first one, I can't remember if we called it out or not. I think that was the one I was thinking, because I know.
Yeah, when you tried to pull the attention onto yourself instead of onto Zuchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about watch the world burn?
I mean, he did light a bunch of bodies on fire at the end.
I was going to say not to be. I lit up
To be literal about it.
the registration computer, and then I, gave everybody a proper Viking send off. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Let's go ahead. You get 2 marks as well.
Okay.
And lastly, Huxley, your helper.
Yep, going for the computer, trying to save everybody, even if it didn't work.
There you go. Yep. And innocent.
I think so, in the sense of his just the reaction, and then hey, we can't leave all these people here. That's
right.
That's not the world we live in. Not the world that I live in, sort of thing. Right.
Right. Yep.
The mercenary thing would be all right, well, we got enough power. Let's head south. That's the way Dog went.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I feel it. Yeah. So absolutely. Take your 2 marks.
Sweet. And there's no spot for marks on the Google sheet.
There is.
Not that I see.
That's where each of those checkboxes is.
Which checkboxes?
Are you on the character sheets?
Yeah, I'm on my sheet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, but if you don't I'm not I don't have anything at the moment, right? So I have 3 unspent marks.
Yeah, so put them wherever you want. That's it.
Well, maybe I want to save them up to bump something up past what I have.
But there's no point in saving them, right? So you don't level until you gain enough marks.
Oh, I see
to increase that skill.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So if you have,
gotcha.
Have your 3 agility, you need 4 marks in order to increase that to a 4.
Yeah. I gotcha. I see. Yep.
So
dig it. Cool.
There we go.
All right. Well,
good job, guys.
Yeah. We wrapped up. Kurt, what do you got going on over at the MFG cast?
We've got same shit, different day. We've got our Thief Like Me D&D campaign going on. We also got episodes of Core Noir. Just recently released the next episode, or actually last episode of season, I think 4 of Core Noir.
Maybe.
Yeah, everything just goes here and there. We are doing some regular board game episodes. I've been kind of laxing on that. I apologize. But we do have a new podcast partner coming on along with us for the board game episodes. So hopefully we'll be able to release some more stuff out there. He's more of a novice board gamer. He's one of our board game night attendees, but he is a great talker, so it'll be fun to kind of talk about the novice side versus the not novice side, and then Tracy will be sprinkled in there as well. So hopefully you'll see some more stuff coming out through that, and make sure to check out our YouTube page too, because I want to try to start releasing some more board game content there, because one of the things we talked about is that there's not enough explanations of games. There's a lot of stuff out there, but it's not as good as we would like it. So we're going to try to put out some more material where, again, I'm not the best at explaining things, but I want to try to be better and try to help people get into gaming more. So we'll see how that goes.
I think Rodney might take some offense at that.
Yes. No, believe me, I'm not saying that everybody is bad. I'm just saying there's only a few out there that do it really well. And again, I'm not putting myself in that category at all. So
there's only a few people who do it well, and there are far more games than those few people can cover. More people means more games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and one of the things that this new podcast partner that's going to be coming on, he pointed out, which I wouldn't have known, and again, because we play games so much, that you don't realize is that sometimes you don't describe things enough. So like we'll start talking about the game, and he's like, "What exactly am I doing? Like, what's this game about?" And
right?
You're just like, "Oh, yeah." I just go in and say like, "This is how you play," and he's like, "But what is this like? What is this game actually doing? What are we doing in this game?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
why are we doing all these things?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Am I a troll? Am I a farmer? What is going on here? I see. Yeah. So
Cool. That'll be fun. Looking forward to that.
Perfect.
All right. Kevin, Jesse? I know. I have to ask, though, right? Like, if you look like a dickhead if I don't ask.
It's fine. You don't. It's good.
All right. Well, we have our Patreon up. If anybody wants to drop a couple of credits our way, that helps to defray costs. We have T-shirts for sale. If you want to pick out a T-shirt, there's I don't know, like 8 or 10 different designs up there. The guillotine ones are the best ones, I think, but whatever. There's some other stuff up there too. So if you want to check that out, we're donating all the proceeds from T-shirt sales. Ratings and reviews on iTunes or whatever your podcatcher of choice is in theory helpful. If anybody actually did that, there's links for the core stuff that's available. I'm actually kind of working on the new edition of Cthulhu.
Yay!
I'm working on it more now than I have been before, but not like in the last 2 weeks or so. So it's progress is slow, but moving forward. So that'll be a full book. It's changing some of the mechanics in core. It's adding a couple of new spins on some things. So it's still core, but it's not your granddaddy's core, I guess, right? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
All right, well, thank everybody for checking it out, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.